At 2:17 a.m., during a routine audit at a major international airport, border security analysts reviewed thousands of travel records moving through global immigration systems. Most audits uncovered nothing unusual. This one revealed a passport that appeared completely ordinary. It had a valid issuing authority, authentic biometric verification, successful border crossings, and no alerts or watch list matches. Yet, one analyst noticed something strange about its travel history. The traveler had crossed borders hundreds of times across multiple continents, passing every inspection, airline check, and biometric gate. The document appeared flawless, but certain travel patterns seemed unusually compressed. Investigators reviewed surveillance footage and found nothing suspicious. Former immigration officers agreed they would have cleared the passport without hesitation. However, deeper examination revealed minor inconsistencies. In several instances, records suggested the traveler entered one country before officially leaving another. The discrepancies were small but persistent. Forensic document specialists confirmed that every security feature, watermark, microprint, chip, and digital signature was authentic. The passport was unquestionably genuine. The question became, if the passport was real, what exactly was wrong with it? Authorities initially suspected database errors or administrative mistakes. Immigration agencies from multiple countries shared records, allowing analysts to compare border crossings, airline manifests, visa entries, and customs declarations. Everything appeared legitimate, yet tiny contradictions continued to emerge. Digital forensics teams reconstructed years of travel and discovered movements that seemed possible but highly unusual. Airline employees remembered the traveler as polite, quiet, and entirely forgettable. Airport security records showed no incidents, secondary screenings, or concerns. Journalists researching the case found that the passport had appeared near several unrelated investigations involving documentation disputes and identity record problems. Then investigators discovered that another country had quietly reviewed the same passport years earlier. The inquiry had been closed without explanation, leaving only a reference number behind. A multinational investigation followed. Immigration investigators, digital forensic specialists, identity fraud experts, and journalists reconstructed the traveler's history using birth registrations, citizenship files, employment records, tax documents, and residency applications. Most records appear legitimate, but older documents became increasingly difficult to verify. Missing files, corrected entries, and incomplete archives complicated the search. Surveillance footage confirmed that the same individual had used the passport for years. There was no evidence of identity swapping or counterfeit documents. Then investigators uncovered references to a sealed administrative review connected to the passport's original issuance. When a forgotten file was finally opened, investigators found contradictory birth records, conflicting identity declarations, administrative corrections, and missing source documents. Years earlier, officials had identified concerns about the identity behind the passport, but could not prove fraud or determine the truth. The passport was approved, and the case was sealed. Experts later concluded that the mystery was never about the document itself. Biometric systems, passport chips, and border security technology had functioned exactly as designed. The problem lay within the identity records supporting the document. Investigators discovered that multiple governments had independently noticed inconsistencies, but assumed another agency had already resolved them. Small administrative errors may have spread through databases over decades, becoming accepted facts and eventually trusted records. The final conclusion remained uncertain. One theory suggested the passport was built upon decades-old administrative mistakes. Another proposed that flawed identity data spread through multiple government systems during database migrations. A third argued that authorities unknowingly accepted questionable records until they became impossible to untangle. A fourth maintained that missing archives still prevent a complete explanation. The final border crossing record showed the traveler approaching an automated gate. The passport was scanned. The biometric verification succeeded. The system approved entry. The gate opened without hesitation. Years later, experts still debate how a document that passed every inspection managed to conceal such a complex identity mystery. As investigators reflected on the case, one conclusion remained. Security systems are designed to detect fraudulent documents, but sometimes the greatest mystery is not whether a passport is real, it is whether the story behind it is.